What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Carefree Black Girl Podcast, where we discuss everything carefree, black, and girl. All right, it's your girl, Big Legs in the building. You already know. And I'm back to feed it. It's your girl, Phoenix Love, your favorite fancy very, and I'm going to have it still and say now. But don't. You know the story. Hey girl, it's me, Jonathan B. I miss you guys so much, but we outside. You know, glad to have y'all back. The team is teaming at this point. And speaking of team, let's talk about the Carefree Black Girl of the week with kids. Drum roll, please. Your name is Asia Wilson, honey. Tonight. Hi, you make her break out. Now you're looking around saying, sorry for guy one thing, okay? Represent South Cat, call that. If you ever watch this, my mama living girl. You had no street, but every platform, okay? Period. But yes, Miss Asia Wilson just won her third MVP. Much deserved, first of all. Much deserved, because my girl was putting in the work, even since she came from University of South Carolina. Okay, my alumni Texas. But yes, so she's doing her thing, and she also scored the highest report. She scored the highest season around report actually. Yeah. The first one. Hold on, let me not. The first woman to do it in the WNBA to score 1,000 points, over 1,000 points. That's really major for me, honestly. That's really big, especially because, again, like, I always say this, I'm not huge at sports, but I do know that, like, her being a part of Las Vegas Pacers, that's big. Because, like, Las Vegas barely has really known sports teams. Mm-hmm. So for her to be making her mark, and then I think that's really fire. Yeah. No, I think that not only that, is that she performs both on the court, out of the court, you know, not on the court, but even just how she advocates for herself and sees it all and team movement, you know, all of that, I think is what I like about her the most. But I just love too that she's getting her just due. You know, we talk about this all the time on the pod, that a lot of people, especially Black women who are excelling in industry or whatever industry they're in, they're not always given, you know, their accolades. Yeah. So she's getting it tiptoes down with everything. Congratulations, girl. That's girl center. The non-sports girly and sports girly. Let me back up on that real quick. She stated, like, you know, she's putting on not just on the court, but what's the court. Like, I do feel as if she is unapologetically herself, but in a respectful manner as well. So, like, she might be asked questions, and she says her opinion, but like, me personally, I don't think it's offensive. So that's another shout out to her. So I like that about her, because again, like we stated multiple times on this season, the WNBA has been landing their mark as opposed to previous seasons. I even know when I was a child, it wasn't this, like, the momentum that they talked about, the conversation, it wasn't this, like, popular, you know? So her being in the conversation on the moment is just something really fire. I think she's just big in every way. Like, she plays big, she speaks, you know, very assertively, confidently. So I think that the way that she carries herself, even when, you know... You make me laugh something here, I'm sorry. No, but even when, you know, like I said, even when she's speaking about what's going on personally, what she's doing with brands, how she's working, she's not gatekeeping, you know what I mean? She's taking other players and mentoring them and taking them under her wing. She's not hating. She's not hating. And I can appreciate her for that. And I think her attitude says a lot about how and why she gets recognized. Even though she speaks up, you know, like, even though she's not timid and she's not sure, she's still definitely advocating for herself and others. So I think my favorite part, that's a very quality show about it. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Thank you, Miss Asia, the carefree. You know, we're gonna look back and call her a pioneer and everything one day. Speaking of pioneers, it is Women's Pioneer Month. Yes. So we want to highlight pioneers. I think one person I would love to highlight that doesn't get enough is Nikki Giovanni. Shout out to Soren there.
Okay.
She is a poet, she is an activist, and for all Black people, please, 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 if you haven't, on YouTube, there is a video of her and James Baldwin having a conversation about our Black community and the dynamics. And, you know, with all the gender wars, I think it was a great way to show how to have a healthy dialogue and disagree. So I would love to give her flowers and also the band out in Hanger. She was talking about police brutality and the prison complex system before, you know, before media, before, you know, you could, you know, be a polarizing person on TikTok talking about it, no shade. She was doing it for our people. So shout out to them. What you guys want to shout out? All right. I'm doing that. You know, we talk about her a lot, but again, y'all are gonna notice the theme with me and like why I like certain people. Mainly, my favorite people are people that speak about something and stand for something. People that are doing their best to be inclusive and diverse in what they got going on, as well as being absolutely carefree. Like, okay, yeah, I'm doing all that, but maybe I'm going to do what I want to do, and I'm going to do it how I want to do it. And I say all that to give my girl Rihanna her freaking flower. Man, yeah, I want music so bad. Yeah, I want music so bad. My girl said she ain't got to sing. No, because she is doing her thing in the beauty industry, all right? Stop selling fancy beauty. So I just want to get into that because, like I said, she's holistic. She came in the music industry as a pop star or what have you, representing her country.
Coming from the trenches of Barbados.
And look at where she's, you know. So I not only feel like she deserves it, but like she's an inspiration 1000%. Like to know that that's the case and let's see where she's at. It's so young. And also she is truly a pioneer when she released her foundation. She really shook this table with the make up with all of the shades coming out of the force.
And that of course inspired other.
But not no one, but like, you know, we still haven't gotten there in the midst of the air in the mud. Yeah, they probably had. But you know what? I can say, like, even with those beauty brands that are jumping on the bandwagon, I still can appreciate you trying. I mean, you know, if you in the lab trying to get it right, that says more for you as a brand than somebody who's not attempting to do it at all. Yeah, she did help with disrupting beauty standards too with her CFBG and fashion show. I remember she caused such a ruckus. Victoria's Secret was like,
but even before she transitioned to the beauty industry, let's pay attention to even her transition of music. You know what I mean? So even with her putting out an album unapologetic, she made that statement. And then look at her, she went from that and she's still doing that. Like, to me, being unapologetic is definitely Rihanna. I think that is her brand, you know?
Yeah.
And she holds no limits to who she is as a woman, as a brand, as a person in general. So I'd agree with you. Me personally, we all know how big on me. Personally, I would definitely have to say Wendy Williams. And not just her, but Angie Martinez. I say Wendy Williams because me watching her go from, like, me and a Philly girl, you know, and then going from one of the #1 flip shows on 98.7%. This is back in the New York City. Getting kicked off because she knew too much. You're a fucking king. Okay, she knew too much. Then first of all, she started in college radio. Let's start there. She started in college radio, and then she started, you know, when she did college, the gender church and things. But when she landed 98.7% film, she didn't too much. She talked too much. That's what they said, you know. But that didn't stop her. She went back to Philly. She came back to New York, Pop 97 and things of that nature. But I do feel as though people became comfortable spilling tea, juice, her topics, because she did take that way.
Yeah.
She's done a lot within the industry, whether people like it or not. There was times where I was like, oh my gosh, but I'm like, you know what? People say the same thing about me even before I know it's her. Just my personality as a whole. Then she goes on fan.
She said what we all think.
And for that, Marty, I see that, you know, she's done, but at the now, and that's with deep, right? And then why I want to highlight H. Martinez too is because she's been a media personality since the 80s. This is the 80s, especially in New York City, she's been known. So her going from a media personality, she's also an actress, she's also an author, she's now a director and a producer of many different projects. Like, that is so biased. So to me, those two women are definitely pioneers in the media industry. So shout out to them. It's crazy because I haven't met them yet, but period. That is what they're
You can take it out.
Well, one, I would like to honor the past, the present, and the future trans women that have fought for us, for example, like Marsha P. Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like nowadays, in this age, it's not women like enough celebrated and highlighted enough to the point where we can, see them on the front line or Google them. They're always working on the back end, and they're just not talked about enough. One person I want to shout out is Tabitha. She definitely is for the girls, and I love her movement and everything that she does. She has a recent project out with a bunch of, I believe, LGBT or allies, a project recently out. Once I find it, I'll make sure that comes down to you guys. And also see someone from media, someone who has also came from like this raunchy or just this like, hard path, and now like really like blossoming who she is T.S. Madison.
Yeah.
She has definitely come from a place of like where she was known as, the sex for a girl, and she was, she had to do to make sure she could get to a living. To see her go from that to being to buying her own house and her own place, and now she has her own TV show. She's part of, as you guys know, RuPaul, the number one drag queen in the world. She's working under her and under her networks and stuff like that. So just to see her come from a place where a lot of trans women feel like we always have to go to the bottom of your road, which is sex work. And we feel like we have to do that. We have nothing else here than us to survive, because it's hard to live out here in this world and get accepted in this world. Right. So just to see what like that prosper and go past that and just be a pioneer for us.
And you mentioned Tabitha. She also has the show on HBO called The Show. I haven't seen it. I'm gonna watch it only because I'm sure it's different, but then when there's something called The Show, Get Laid, whatever it is, and it's at East New York, and it makes me sad every time I let it forget one time I made that right turn. It was a late boom line, right turn, and so many different women, trans women, cis women, and their energy just looks so sad, and like they needed help, and they had my stories, and I was driving, I'm looking at each other, I'm like, what am I doing no more? So I'm definitely gonna watch a strong to see like different aspects of, women,
Have y'all ever seen the documentary Paris and Berlin?
I feel like I have. I don't remember it though.
It's not the same, but it's kind of like what the girls had to go through, it was the more raw version of Paris.
Okay. One more person that I do want to highlight in the sense of being a pioneer of African-American woman is Kamala Harris. Yeah, being the second African-American woman to run for president outside of Shirley Chisholm. So I didn't want to highlight her, especially because I've been on this healing my inner childhood thing. So I feel as though a lot of other African-American Black women, minority women see, or they know about Shirley Chisholm nowadays. I don't know what generation she knows now. But I'm just saying in the sense of seeing someone put on, setting the tone for something, especially other little Black girls, they might say, I want to do that. And it just takes one person to do something. So I love that. Shirley Chisholm as well as Kamala Harris. And I do want to thank you ladies for, y'all know me, I'm not big on politics and sports, but you guys have allowed me to hold my eyes, especially less. Especially you definitely had allowed me to hold my eyes more and be more aware. Yeah, who Kamala Harris is as a woman, not even outside of residential stuff, as a woman. So thank you.
Yeah. And it's October, y'all, so make sure y'all are getting registered to vote. Because have 1 more month before the world can either turn upside down or stay steady. Right now, we are definitely trying to stay steady as possible. I think
we will not go back.
We will not do it.
Why?
Not no 3. And also, y'all, PSA, Kamala didn't put a whole bunch of black men in front of you. Please do your research. Look it up. It was like 5 people who the word.
Right.
Just, you know, get your history. Yes. And to close this out, I just want to say, shout out to all of the women pioneers we mentioned, but also those that are in your community. Be sure to give them their freaking flowers down below right now. Okay? Comment below.
So for our next topic, it is domestic violence awareness month. So we want to have conversations just about domestic violence and how that domestic violence has affected our lives or anyone that you know. And really let's really get into what can we do just as a support system, because dealing with DV is definitely not an easy situation to go through. It's not an easy walk away that everyone thinks it could be. So what can we do as friends, sisters, cousins to make sure that basically you are there to support the person that's going through that?
I was about to say, we both been done. You're trying to twin. Well, with me being someone who is known for speaking up against domestic violence quite frequently, especially during the month of October, of course, it is also breast cancer awareness month. So shout out to all the survivors as well. But I don't think there's enough awareness in domestic violence. So from my experience, I would just say be there the best way you know how to be. And the reason I say that is because there's been times where people in my circle, when I was about my domestic violence, they didn't know how to be there. It was more so coming from a, in quote, what they would do standpoint, as opposed to, let me just be there for my friend, she's going to do something. Shout out to my media bestie, Miss Diva. She actually didn't tell me all the drama. She acknowledged when I was going through my stuff until I actually moved to North Carolina and was safe. And to this day, it just messes with me because she's like, yeah, there's been many occasions where we stayed out late at night. That's because I was worried. I'm from Brooklyn. She lives in the Bronx. That's like an hour and a half away from each other on the subway. She would stay out with me late at night. She's like, I would stay with you because I would be worried. But then when I would leave, I would go into my mom and I would cry and just tell her, I just pray and wake up in the morning, because I just never knew when I would get a phone call saying, you're not here anymore. So I would say just be there the best way you know how to be, because no one, especially someone so with a group than domestic violence, was to feel like a murder. At least I didn't want to feel like a burden to anyone. So there was something I was angry towards my friends. He's like, oh, you never go through this, probably you're not realizing that's a lot from there. Because a lot of us who haven't experienced it might say, oh, girl, you're going to change domestic violence, so why don't you go to family, why don't you go to a friend or something like that. But those standpoints are easier said than done, especially because on average, there's 24 people committed for being domestic violence rate. So that's crazy.
It also takes a woman about 7. Yeah, it takes a woman about 7 to 8 times to leave, and not just one day, but also leaving is the most dangerous time for somebody to experience domestic violence, and I don't think people understand that, especially when they're with children. It's just not, just go to a shelter. I volunteered at a domestic violence advocacy program. I've also experienced domestic violence in high school, and there are levels to it. So did I go through what's love got to do with it? No, but he did do things that were very inappropriate, like scratching me, making marks,
doing things, pushing. And then red flags don't always look red immediately, y'all. Sometimes they look a little pink, they look a little different. And when you're going through that, a lot of times there's a lot of stigma around it. Not only do you not want to be embarrassed, people feel embarrassed. Because to your point, everybody says, well, it couldn't be me. It wouldn't be me. No, it would be.
So, first you said that, you would be embarrassed. Because when I first experienced domestic violence, I definitely was embarrassed. Because look at me, I'm 5'10", I'm fake. I was always the friend who was known to fight for, literally, physically fight for my friends. So it was like, oh, well, Jasmine, she's the power of them, you're the friend group. Like, how was she letting a man, you know what I mean? But I want to let everyone know that domestic violence doesn't just mean physical abuse. It also means spiritual, financial, mental, emotional abuse as well. So there's different aspects. So there might be some people who might think, well, he or she isn't putting hands on me. But what are they doing financially? They might be like, oh, if you don't do this, I'm not giving you any money. You can't go to it. Or there's just so many different aspects of domestic violence. And a lot of times, it didn't take until I was in my 30s and I realized, oh, it's bad. I've accepted domestic violence because it was from home. So a lot of times we experience domestic violence from home, and that goes on into our older adult life. What I doesn't know, because a lot of people start experiencing it as teenagers. So it's not some statistical facts that it starts in a teen, like when you're a teenager. With me, it started as a child. My mother used to talk down on me all the time, and then I thought that was normal, of course, growing up. So one thing I could say when it comes to someone you might know or closely from the domestic violence, you didn't necessarily know how to. And if you can't be there, I think it's best to express that. Only because people who are going with domestic violence, whether it's male or female, we already have abandonment issues. So for you to just angst them out, that's also contributing to what they're already experiencing. So I just feel like be there in the back, we know how to in that instance, and if you can't no longer think you just express it like this is a lot for me. I can't do just like that.
Leslie, have you had to be there for a partner, or if you work to deal with that, not just looking with the support system to find?
No, I definitely have had, and honestly, I'd say I took a few approaches because I guess in this moment I realized that with my upbringing that I myself have witnessed and been abused in my household too, but I definitely didn't necessarily describe it as like a domestic violence situation. That said, sometimes, or at the time, I was in this mindset where I was I can choose my friends, I can't necessarily choose my family. So I had to figure out, I was overwhelmed with both the situations. So I kind of took the approach Jasmine was saying, and I communicated by being there to support. But then when it came back around, it was multiple times, I'm trying to support you, but I'm also dealing with what I'm dealing with. And you're leveraging me as an outlet, but I just didn't have the capacity. And so I had to communicate that to that friend. And it was understood and we still communicated, but I think being able to communicate that there's things you're dealing with too is helpful because she didn't know that was the case for me. So when I'm trying to be an outlet to her, it wasn't apparent that it was also weighing
for me. The toll on you.
Because darling, you're my friend, and I can choose you, and I also know that I want the best for you. You know what I mean? So when we were going, when that was happening, I did kind of both. I was there, and then when it became a little bit too much for me mentally, I had to communicate there.
Right.
I am going to say no person if you guys whipping the hell out of your kid is going to confuse them because you do that because you say love there. And then when they get a man that says they love their man or woman and he beating them, and then he come back crying and going through the and his grandma said he got flowers and he's never going to do it again, you're confusing them. And I am a person who comes from getting my ass whooped. So it's not like I wasn't raised on it. But every time I ask somebody, they be like, I thought it wasn't no problem. I'm fine. And I'll be like, are you?
Like, we don't be telling each other tea, but we all got trauma. And so it's been proven that that's not helpful. So one of the ways you could do that, if you're a parent, if you believe in corporate punishment, see if you can figure out another way. I ain't got no kids. I ain't trying to judge. No, just saying what I know. Practical things you can do. Don't feel like come up with a safety plan. If you feel like you have the capacity, that's one real one down. Who can you call? If you got cousins, who can beat his ass? Where can you go? Do you need a little sneak phone? You know.
Well, I want to stop you real quick. Only because you said you got cousins who would beat his ass. No. Only because that's also one of those persons who would beat their ass in danger.
True that.
I don't want to do that. The reason I say that is because I have shout out to my brother who's actually incarcerated right now. You don't want to ever put your family in situations, especially because you said it in the beginning of this segment. You said it takes at least 7 to 8 crowns for someone to leave. Now, say you put tell Boo Boo and all of them to go through what you think you want them to do, but then you go back. They did that for what? Now that's something, especially when you coming from it, right? I've been down here for 5 years. The only reason I'm down is because I'm surviving domestic violence. The reason I say surviving is because I'm still living my national abuse. But I pay child support from grown ups, you know what I mean? So this is coming from my own experience. My brothers, they're real life in the streets. Yeah, they know what's going on. But it wasn't until I said, you know what? I gotta go where they actually then had a conversation. It's steps to it. So I would never suggest just tell your cousin or whoever. But what I'm not saying, but what I would suggest, whatever, me personally, we're gonna have to agree to disagree. What I wouldn't do is if you are in need of help, I would say discreetly, and you can't verbally call, I would say text again to 88788.
Yeah.
So you can start, that's the domestic violence hotline. So you can start talking. I've been calling multiple times, but they do help women sheltering, conversation. They'll sit on home bound and things of that nature. But you can also call 800-799-7233 if you or anyone that you know is experiencing domestic violence. And also just find an outlet on this day too, Venus. Find an outlet. It can be someone providing, it can be a stranger. Me personally, what was my outlet was strong domestic violence awareness pop-up shops. There are informative pop-up shops that raise domestic violence. So what I would do is say different men and women, because one thing about me, I don't just say, oh, he. Women are too. Let's put that out there. Women are too. You know what I mean? So I have different business owners and the pop-up shop, but I also have different people from social workers who would come and provide different information, whether it's finding housing, public assistance, or anything of that nature. You know what I mean? And I would also give the statistics of domestic violence, and again, providing those platforms to where people can slowly create an exit plan. You know what I mean?
But let me clarify. Don't call your cousins first, but I got to disagree because there comes a point in time, if it's possible, where they are going to hurt you. And I've seen it in my scenarios as well, and my family is either going to be you or them. And prayerfully, no one ever gets to that point. But when you're helping your friend develop a safety plan, take it seriously is what my main thing is. Because what happens is compassion fatigue. Like you said, go back. Then you're like, oh, okay. You know, they're just going to go back anyway. But it can be just, if you're going to be there, be there. If you're not, just watch on the side. Because it can get very dangerous. Like you said, for you and yourself. And know that when you're helping, because it can't.
Know your own personal capacity and leaving that, you know. I've had friends where they said, I had this woman that I was for your own some time, and I was going through my experience because they didn't have the mental emotional capacity. At that time, I didn't understand. But now, me no longer being in that situation, and I had friends who were going through it, I understand. You know, but yeah, what I would just say is create an excellent brand, be one of the best way you know how, be support the best way you see fit for you, but also again, text again to 88788 if you are somewhere, you know, someone more experiencing domestic violence. There is help out there. There aren't many laws to defend people experiencing domestic violence, but there is help out there, and I'm someone who can help you as well. Oh yeah, that's one thing I can say about domestic violence is do what Houston said for you. That's just from my experience. So, yeah.
And I think to wrap up this topic, I do also want to take a moment aside for our fallen angels, our fallen loved ones who have lost their lives to domestic violence. Because fortunately, that's what happens usually sometimes. So let's just take a moment aside to take that. So we are back with our next topic, which is Bops of the Week, which is 2 new hot shows that is out right now. First one is How to Die Alone, and the second one is Rebounding. I really want to talk about How to Die Alone because I have not watched it yet, but I did watch the trailer, and when I tell you, I got so much like that felt like, what's it about her?
So with me, I never watched it either. However, from watching the trailer, I did get How to Die Alone with a Black woman who was learning herself, who is okay with being her authentic self, who is facing more obstacles, and she's okay with being alone, whether she's, dating, whether she's working at the airport, what her current job is. From the trailer, I just got, I'm unapologetic. I'm going to be saying after this episode because it is pioneers, which is beautiful. I know, and that's what I got from watching the trailer. She's just an unapologetic Black woman who is okay with finding her authentic self, her authentic voice, and okay with a little bit. That's fine.
Yeah, that's a little bit. I never saw. I think it's close, but she's learning to be okay.
That's why I said finding. So we finally learning.
Yeah. It's like she's not unapologetic white.
Okay.
It really is that learning. And it's more about, I would say more about taking life more intentionally. Because I don't want to build too much tea, but it is called How to Die Alone. So she basically had a mundane accident, trying to eat Cheetos, not or something. And she died temporarily. It was very, her neighbor had to call, and she ended up in the hospital.
Because people are sleeping, spoilers don't bother me.
It was a very mundane death. It was so mundane and boring that she was like, is this really my life right now? Is this really my life?
Ended up finding this new room.
Yeah. It was a woman in there that kind of told her, don't be afraid to live. She works with her love interest. So it really is she's in the baby steps of finding. Because when I think, when we say finding, I think more back on Insecure where they got already in it.
Yeah.
But she's kind of just starting. What the baby? The network. What's the reasonable.
No, that's not that. I know. They're talking about, yes, the reasonable doubt is more than it too. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Now I'm taking the chat because I
heard about it and getting more being Mary Jane and I just I never watched
You know what? That's a good way to bring it. But really, me personally, this. From what I remember, I watched you when I got pulled down before we actually was here. I tuned in and tuned out. I turned to I'm out, but I do remember it's a Black woman who's a lawyer. She's married to her husband. However, they not really seeing her too much. However, I think I'm seeing Lasano, the people so flowering to her. Yeah, this really, to me, it's a good drama kind of, and to me, I like it. So, seeing about the trailer in season 2 of I'm on Front is making me want to watch it. It does have more Chancellor in it. So shout out. Yeah, been good right here.
My daddy doesn't look like him now, but they used to compare him when he was younger to Morris Chestnut. My mom used to hate because she was maybe boy than the hood Morris. So anytime people be he's so sexy, it's just kind of well, yeah, I mean,
Well, y'all just been sure we're going to tune in to Rachel about and How to Die Alone. We'll be back on the next episode. Let y'all know how.
Yeah.
How the girls bang,
Caroline,
watch.
Yeah, you're right.
What?
A little bit.
so it's also Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I know it's a lot going on, but as women and non-men, it's very important. We want to make sure that you are very aware of breast cancer. You can do cell mammograms, Google it, you go outer, inner, Google it. They got diagrams, they got all of that for you. But make sure you are aware. Say titties. We're going to get into saving the titties a little more next episode. And we are going to wrap it up with our business of the week. And I will start with Lace with Cherry. She does cosplay makeup, and she has the cutest little bunny bag. If you're into kawaii culture, I have one. You can get it on TikTok Shop. You can get it online. It's very cute. What about you, girls? You have a business, so
over the summer, I actually went to an event. It was the Carolina Music Video Awards. It was, shout out to her on Instagram. Her Instagram is actually Simply Successful ESC. And she put together the Carolina Music Awards. And my boy, he actually was a part of the super big. But not only did she have them, but just to see, she's in her 30s. She put together a really well, it was very well. It was actually almost like more awards and watch on TV. It was uptown. And it was just fine. They had the production, it was adult. They had band for different performers. They had different presenters for different awards. And I forgot which year this is, but to actually sit front row and to see different artists and different media personalities and just different people in the industry put on for their cities, their town, wherever they came from. But they came from all over. There was people from North Carolina, people from New York, just everywhere. But it was just a one moment out. She put this all together herself. She's been doing it for years. So that's one Black business I would want to shout out. Simply Successful. Okay, pardon me, your form for the show.
I have one.
And this invest.
So I want to shout out Red Rose Naturals. That's at Red Rose Naturals or Naturals on anything. And say women and Black-owned business. So one thing that I think really sets them apart is that they get a lot of their ingredients from Ghana. So directly supporting the homeland. And their products are really good. And they expanded from just regular skincare products such as toners and cleansers and stuff to now body oils and body scrubs. So if y'all are interested in supporting and also just trying something new, especially this holiday season, be sure to go check out at Red Rose Naturals.
And we're going to go ahead and wrap it up.
Well, we can't forget about the creative world. Hello.
Shout out to the creative. It was beautiful. We're gonna wrap it up. This was Carefree Black Girl, where we discuss everything carefree Black and girl. Make sure you listen to us. We are powered by Revolt. You can also check us out on YouTube. You can talk with us on Instagram and Twitter. On Twitter or X or whatever. It's CFBG Pod. You can chime in with us. I am Phoenix Lux. You can catch me at Phoenix Lux or Blurry Love on IG. I'm about to change it, but I like it. I'm not giving it up. And I'm going to pass it to Big Larry, not the little one. Sorry.
Okay, so it is your favorite veteran turn entrepreneur. Y'all already know y'all are catching everywhere, especially when it's at 3 p.m. or Sundays. Let's hang out.
Thank you guys for sitting through another episode with us. It's your best time.
And me, Jasmine Therapy. Please make sure you follow me on one full platform, Jasmine Therapy, as well as Quality Over Code. You guys know that as well as Quality has a books and front back and the nerd on holiday. Then we are here, Carefree Black Girl, where we again do everything and discuss everything Carefree Black and Girl. Bye. Okay.